think, each game that you play, I mean, regardless of who your opponent is, you're trying to prove yourself, and you're trying to play to the standard that we want to uphold and the tradition that have come before us for guys that have played that position.
What's a guy like Jay Fair bring to this receiver room?
He obviously brings a lot of playing experience at his position here. He also, he's one of those guys that has some goodies and some speed behind him that I think he'll add value to the room as well.
And how about Kyle Ford?
Size-wise, he brings a lot of that back. It's been a pretty good transition having him back. It was surprising how much of the stuff that he remembered having previously been here. So it gives you, once again, some size, some speed out there with, much like Jay with some, significant amount of playing experience.
Coach Riley mentioned last week that he wants to get Zach Riley more involved in the offense this year, not just special teams. What have you seen of his growth from last year, from year 1, year 2?
Just understanding coverages. Year one with a lot of those guys, him, Kyle Lemon, Deuce, Kobe, a lot of it was just, okay, this is my assignment, this is where I line up, and this is what I do. During the off season, we spend a lot of time in film studies, so now it's not just knowing what their particular assignments are, it's about us knowing conceptually what we're trying to do with the complementary routes going on around them. Is happening, as well as kind of getting the idea of pre-snap coverage reads.
What's the chemistry been like in the room? Because you got like a core group of younger players and some veterans that have come in from other programs. How's everyone kind of work together?
Well, it seems like all of those guys kind of have a previous relationship with each other. So, I mean, the chemistry has been good. As you guys get a chance to get around them today, you'll see how silly they are and how well they hang out and enjoy each other's company. And I think it's brought a sense of healthy competition.
What's it like having Kyle Ford back in there?
It was one of those things that, wish he never would have left in the first place. So, when he decided to come back, it's been really like, hey, let's pick up where we left off.
Did you guys give him a hard time for leaving him back?
No, I mean, in life, everybody makes decisions and choices. We supported him when he made that choice on the first go round to leave, and supported him when he decided he wanted to come back.
What's the next step look like for a guy like Mike Jackson?
Hopefully he has a successful career there. Hopefully he can stay healthy, and hopefully he's able to accomplish all of his goals, obstacles, and dreams there.
You talked a little about Kyron Hudson. Didn't show up a ton of the stat sheet last year, but was a constant starter and pros at the college level. Just what his leadership is like with this group.
I mean, he is the leader of this group, and a lot of the things that he does is unselfish play. So, I mean, there'll be a lot of times in the screen game where he was, the point guy, blocking out there and making sure that, the screen runner was able to get some plays, as well as, Kyron's one of those guys that, he's kind of a quarterback's best friend. When you throw that ball out there, no matter how it's put out there, he's going to figure out a way to come down with it. So, I mean, if all of the guys, like I said, he kind of sets the tone in there. If all of the guys, continue to practice and play to the standard that he has, we'll have a pretty successful career.
This offseason felt a little different, going into a different conference in the Big Ten than maybe last year?
No, I mean, once again, you prepare for whoever the opponent is each week. So, I mean, this offseason has been good because, you've gotten a chance to see guys, grow. So it's been good from that standpoint. But, as far as conference-wise or opponent-wise, I mean, that has been the same. I mean, our first game is going to be a challenge, and it's going to be some where people are going to test us, and we're going to have to show who we are and what we're made of.
Dennis, you already have this core group of young guys for reports to kind of take a step, next year. And then you guys bring in Jay, you guys bring in Kyle, so many just kind of options or weapons in this room. How do you guys just make sure to kind of keep chemistry, make sure that people don't get kind of worried about mouths getting fed, that sort of thing? What is kind of the integrity of this group?
Well, I think our offense, if you have an idea of of what it is. You know, we're going to spread the ball out. So, I mean, if everybody's maximizing their opportunities and everybody's doing their job, I think all of those questions get answered. Like I said, you know, we have a collective group of very unselfish players. They understand that there's only one ball, and it's only going to be in one guy's hand at a particular time. You know, the unselfish aspect of it is maximizing what we can and playing for each other and doing our job. And I think, you know, regardless of whether you're the person that's catching it and running it on a particular play, or you're the person that's blocking on that particular play, the play is successful. I think that you know, embodies and oversees everything else, and I think all of it.
Caleb obviously took pride in doing that, spreading the ball out a lot, and Miller's guy is obviously very methodical. You know, break down variety, a various amount of things within a particular play. I look at him, you know, do you feel like he's a guy who also kind of takes to spreading the ball out, you know, getting guys involved in variety of how do you feel like that career?
Well, if you look at our last game that Miller started,
Yeah.
the ball was spread out pretty equally. We had success. At various times, each guy that had a chance to get the ball maximize their opportunities. So I think that, you know, when we're doing that, our offense is clicking and full steam, and I think everybody's happy.
What was just, sorry if you got asked this, what was the goal with bringing in Kyle and Jay? What did you feel like they could add to this room in terms of depth, experience, speed, downfield, passes?
Well, I think all of the above. I think, you know, each one of them have their own special skill set and trait, but I mean, when you look at those guys' history, all of them, both of the guys that you mentioned, has had some success in games and had playing experience. So I think, you know, obviously you're excited when you get that caliber of player that you can incorporate with the talent that you already have.
Funny to get Kyle back after, you know, cross town and have him back. So, funny thing.
We never really, you know, like I mentioned earlier, you know, it was never a situation where you wanted him to leave anyway. So I mean, regardless of where he went to and that whole deal, I mean, it was when he decided he wanted to come back, we were all excited because we wanted to finish where we started.
Coach, you are moving to quarterbacks coach. Does your role change at all being the inside wide receivers, or is that kind of just?
Well, yeah, it changes because, I mean, you add more bodies in your meeting room. You have more bodies that you're trying to keep your eyes on a particular play. From a learning standpoint, from my situation, I mean, I've always had a healthy understanding of what all four receivers did on the field at a particular time.
Stu, one more.
Have you played the NCAA video game yet? Or
No, I have not. I'm not much of a video game guy. I've heard the players talk about it, but no, I have not got on the game personally and enjoyed that. I do hear, hey, coach, this guy didn't look like me, and hey, why is my number not this? And I'm like, bro, I didn't make the game. So.